Experience tranquility.
Of the Overwatch Tranquility community. Tonight is our featured match between Spare Change and Undead Battery. I'm Light Rose, and next to me is Phoenix Fire. Why don't you give a friendly hello, Phoenix?
Heyo, I'm here from Sunday's match, or Tuesday, I'm sorry. But I'm here for the second match, and let's get going.
All right, well, we got an exciting one here. And before we start, I wanted to ask you something, Phoenix. How do you think Undead's Battery recent upheaval that they've had could affect them for this game and many more in the future?
I personally have seen plenty of new teams go by. It's really hard getting a full roster established and getting everyone to work together, so it could be a problem when it comes to teamwork. But Spare Change also both Spare Change and Undead Batteries have had some roster issues, so it's going to be most likely based on mechanical skill more this match than teamwork.
And speaking of that mechanical skill, who are you looking forward to carrying the team to the W tonight?
Personally, from when I've been talking to the teams, Velocifaptor and Fapajawea from the team Unded Batteries sound like a good pair. They call them the Fap Brothers. I find that quite amusing, and I'm ready to see that in action.
Yep. And Phoenix, you said you talked to the teams. What do they give to you?
They've mainly been talking about how much their roster upheavals have been going on, but they've also told me a bit about how their 2-2-2 lock is coming along, especially Spare Change. They say 2-2-2 lock makes their team a lot stronger the way League set it up. They are a bit disappointed that they aren't able to switch mid-match instead of between maps. Or other way around, I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm. Is that it? All right.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right. So speaking of 2-2-2, that's coming up Tuesday. And who are you kind of looking to? Any teams in the community that you think could start dominating because of this 2-2-2 lock?
Since this is only my second match, I haven't seen too many of the teams, but when I have talked to a few of the teams here, all of them are really excited for Warlock and think it will really bring out the best in most of their players.
It does brings out the more that DPS instead of, the triple tank, triple support. But we do have the Orisa May Reaper comp, if you've seen that.
Snow Blossom. That's always fun to watch.
I've heard it's been called that. I've also heard it's not been very popular.
It's just one of the most hated characters in the game, with one of the least used up until about few weeks ago. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's pretty interesting to see these non-meta picks being used together. But looks like the game's starting. So
speaking of which, I called it. We've got a mirror comp, both of them running the hog, and they're going to be coming out these doors. And I wonder which May can kind of take their team to the farthest, because May honestly is the focus point of this comp.
I wouldn't know. I'm a bit sad that we're not seeing one last send-off for Goats, but
Yeah, this is the
At least we
last
get-
game.
but we do get a good look to see what 2-2 Rollock is going to be like, because both teams are doing 2-2-2. It's amazing. What a coincidence.
Yep. Spare Change is going to be going onto that point. Captain America going to be hooked on. Is just getting away for now, but is taken out by Impers. And now Undead Battery starts to take the point. Not even close. They're just rolling onto that point. Spirit Change is still up, but it looks like that Undead's going to easily take this fight.
Yeah, when both Mays used their wall, one of the hogs got trapped. That's pretty much what got Captain America. I'm sorry, it's weird spelling, but that's pretty much what got him killed. And then once he went down, pretty much no body blocking for everyone else on the team.
Hook tries, does not get anything, but Crimson actually taken out by the May right click. And Hook's gonna get nothing there. And Undead Battery just gonna kind of be stalling for now. And ooh, popping trans, get out of that. And it is very good for Spirit Change.
These walls are being used quite liberally and freely. But yeah,
Blizzard's gonna be popped with the Sound Blossom, and it seems that Spirit Change might lose this one.
Does Reaper now have Lucio's ult? I heard you say Sound Blossom.
Oh, Sound Blossom, it's a combo, you see.
Sounds amazing.
Barrier, yeah.
I think I still prefer Snow Blossom. Sounds a lot better to me, at least.
What went wrong for Spirit Change there? What did you see that caused them to lose that fight?
I think it's still just the wall. I've seen them wall off their own teammate once, and once they have the wall down, Undead Battery can just walk straight in. So
that is the thing about walls, is they goes both ways. And there's the wall out.
Both walls used by both Mays.
Blossom gets nothing. Many ults from both sides come out. And it seems Undead Battery do get the picks, but then Spare Change. Just all they need to do is get rid of the Reaper here, Reaper and the Moira. Point is theirs.
So we get a whole hog. Are we gonna clutch it with it?
Oh, they still have control of the point.
But not
Crimson.
for long.
Ooh. Crimson finally dies.
Yeah, if they had gotten lucky, Reaper would have been able to 1v3. Two of the tanks were there, which means pretty much infinite lifesteal for the Reaper.
But interestingly, Abe goes over to the Abe goes over to the McCree to get that CC.
Yeah, that's actually quite good against Reaper. He can't lifesteal if he's stunned.
Bongo gonna be copped from Kuchikopi, and Blizzard thrown in by Climate. Sound Barrier thrown in, but that is almost 3 frozen, and a bunch of ults coming out from Undead Battery, and that just might be it for this round.
Yeah, it was really close. I think they might have actually had it if Abe had stayed with their team. Abe tried to take high ground, which is a good strategy, but the Reaper was able to ult as well. He wasn't able to do enough damage to do anything through the trans. If he had stayed with the team, he could have focus fired them with them and possibly been able to save it.
And interesting is, if you win a lot of those fights, you come back, you've got a bunch of ults, you just smack in the face, use all of them. There's almost nothing you could do against 4 or 5 ults.
So we're on, I believe this is Shrine?
I don't know my Nepal names.
Oh,
it is Sanctum.
Alright.
It was on the tip of my tongue, but I just couldn't.
I don't know my Nepal either, don't worry. But looks like we are not switching over. Oh, I'm sorry, we are switching over to some group comps. I expected a bit more than Hog and Lucio, but it's still quite good, especially with the pit that's just right next to point.
Undead Battery coming out with the McCree and Hanzo. We haven't really seen much of that.
Abe is also McCree again on the side of Spare Change, so we're gonna have a McCree off.
Ooh, Impers getting that hook, but the wall comes in from the Salt Storm. Ooh, Impers. Salt Storm gets 2 there. And it seems that they might take the point. Oh no! Climb it! You couldn't climb it!
Climb it, why? You didn't live up to your namesake.
I know.
But yeah, that Maywall was actually pretty good. It both saved the Orisa and split up Undead Battery, which was enabled Spare Change to get the picks they needed.
And that is, I think that is one fight that Spare Change definitely needed to win after complete domination that Undead Battery had in the first point.
Yep. Now that they have Bunker, it's going to be really hard for Undead Battery to take the point. Bunker is just really good at holding one spot.
And great anti coming in from one trick.
Unless they overextend like that, that's not going to work out so well.
Yep. Actually traded in-person aim. Wall doesn't do much there, but Climate does claim Star-Lord. And now Undead Battery's coming back with that Coalescence. Gonna be hard to keep this point.
Taking a while to go to point, though. Letting Spare Change rack up the percentage.
Mm-hmm. Also get the ability to gain ults.
And Abe's still in there. Probably gonna get out, but that's a lot of ults on the side of Spare Change, though a lot of ults coming up for Undead Battery as well. Gonna see who has the best ultimate usage. Hopefully we don't use all 6 in one fight. I've seen that happen quite a bit.
If they used all 12, that would be a fight. That just chaos.
Chaos! I can do anything!
Bunker gonna be popped from Juno with the High Noon. And he claims 3!
Oh my. And that's gonna be an easy take back for Spare Change.
Even with the sound barrier, Abe just clean through.
Yeah, that McCree ult was... I'm sorry, McCree change. That came in about a month ago, right? Where his ult ramped up faster.
And do bongos actually make High Noon go faster?
Technically yes, technically no. The bongos affect the damage, but it doesn't affect the targeting reticle. So you could shoot while the targeting reticle isn't fully locked on and it could still kill him.
Alright, that Blizzard goes through, gets nothing, but Undead comes through. And
we get
High
a
Noon
3K
from
instead?
Crimson doesn't get as much as Abe, but he gets what he needs.
Yep, just enough to take the point. It's going to be one more fight for Spare Change, though. If they take it once, they got the map, and then we'll be going to the third part. That one is Shrine, I believe.
Yes, and Abe and Saltstorm do both have their ults, and a May Blizzard can be just fight-winning if used correctly.
We're also getting the High Noon off. Another triple K.
And gets Climate. There's no wall, no ice block. And Imper's taken down by the hook of Captain America.
Yep. Kuchapi, but also walled off, easily taken out, and that's gonna be pretty much it.
I don't think Spare Change didn't have to use any ults there.
They might be able to rush to point with that May, but
no.
Got hooked and shot right in the face. That's always fun.
Sorry.
I wouldn't really like to meet Roadhog in an alleyway in the middle of the night, especially with that sort of thing coming at you.
Terrifying.
Yeah.
Interesting about that, they only used the High Noon, and that was a very clean fight by Spare Change.
Yeah, I was expecting Seb's Moira ult to come out. Might have been able to save them if he had activated right away. Since Moira ult goes through berries, he could have pressured them to go behind wall, which would have kept them from getting the High Noon off.
Yep. And we do see a return back to Snow Blossom, except that Spare Change doesn't have the Reaper, they've got the Hanzo. Aim on that Hanzo.
Yep. Got that new Storm Arrow to try out. Well, not quite new.
See if that can make a difference. And a great anti by one trick, getting 4 people, but there's nothing to capitalize on.
Sadly, but ooh, Kachapi slept again. Easily waking up, fortified, and gonna be an even fight.
And Imper's gonna get hooked in and taken down.
Yeah, another reason to play May with Roadhog. Roadhog hooks him in, and May can just keep him from escaping by freezing him. What a very slow and painful way to die.
Yeah,
but even with that one pick, seems like they're having a hard time taking it. Till now, at least.
Honestly, what I've seen is Captain America has had some great hooks this match. This map, in general.
Yeah, hooks can be huge. Like, if you get one pick, a 6v5 is a lot more likely to win than a 6v6. Hog is just perfect for that. He gets one of those kills, and you have the team advantage.
And if it's played right, then just a hook is... You get the hook and you win the fight. With the main wall, the halt, it's over.
But we going in with Dragons, he easily gets 2 picks, and that's going to need to be a reset for Undead Batteries.
The anti, the halt perfectly came together to get 2 kills on that Dragon Strike.
Yep, just eating up. And
One
that's...
trick.
Yeah, exiting shot. It's going to be a huge stagger for him. While Spirit Change is just wrapping up the percentage, almost to 50 already, and not even close to a contest.
Mm-hmm. The ults on the side of both teams, Spirit Change already has 2, but they're starting to come online here.
Come on, Seb. I'm a Moira 1 trick. I believe in the Coalescence. You can carry with it.
Yep. And Abe gonna be getting low until that Blizzard thrown in by Climate. Sound barrier dropped by Star-Lord.
Yeah, preemptive sound barrier and a bit off-center Blizzard. Could have been tossed a bit farther, but looks like the sound barrier was enough to embolden them to get those picks.
Yeah.
That's another reset for Undead Batteries. Got 1 fight left.
Spirit Change is just cleaning up right now, and they've got almost 5 ults coming into the last fight.
That could be huge to take it back, but if they use all of them, it's going to be an easy take for Spare Change again. They have to be very liberal if they want to be able to contest.
Demo does have that trans. Sed uses Coalescence, and 94 on point. Nano comes in. Boostio!
Boostio! Yeah!
And Saltstorm gets out the Blizzard, claims the Moira, but Hog is already taken by Climate. Saltstorm claims 2. 1 trick takes down Crimson. And Bongo's popped by Junior, and it looks all over for Undead Battery. All there's left is a Hanzo.
Lone Hanzo. Not even his dragons can save him this time.
And I think the story of that map flipped as it went along. If you look at the beginning, Undead Battery just destroys the 99. Second one, it's contested. Third one, Spare Change destroys 99.
Hey, that's good for a game. As close to a tie as possible is what I enjoy. I love seeing everyone's hopes and dreams crushed when they're so close and then fall to some random thing that shouldn't have happened.
It does make a great game. We're seeing Abe get that 4K high noon, which allowed Spare Change to take the point.
Also that 11k damage. Quite impressive. I couldn't do it myself. DPS is not a good thing for me.
Not your strong suit.
No, not at all.
All right.
When you get Grandmaster tanking like gold DPS on roll queue.
Oh yeah. All right, so we did want to point out that Star-Lord is a sub for Spare Change. They could not get their 6, so they had to sub in Star-Lord.
The roster issues don't seem to be affecting them as much as Undead Battery since they were able to take the map.
And we're gonna have Coochie go in for Coochie for Velociraptor. If I can find it, because I've got to do everything apparently.
Custom games are hard.
They are hard. And so what do you think the Undead Battery did look good on the first point, but what do you think they can do to win Volskaya?
I think just either using the Holt hook or the wall if they go the same comp that they've been going. If you get one or the other, it can be really effective. Just one pick can completely change the course of the fight.
It seemed that by the end, that Spare Change really had the grasp over Undead Battery on Snow Blossom.
Yeah. But now Snow Blossom works even better here. Reaper, this was part of the animated short for Sombra, but Reaper was helping with the infiltration, and May gets free ammo here. So,
yep,
just Gaia Industries.
All right, so now we're seeing Fapajewea, Fredmaster, Velociraptor come in. And you talked about the duo of Fapajewea and Velociraptor. I feel weird saying that over and over again, but I have to.
Come on, it's the Fat Brothers. We gotta watch out for them. Let's do it.
But... And if Bastion comp kind of coming out on the side. Spare change.
I can't say I'm happy with that, but I'm also biased against Omnics, specifically Bastions. I don't mind Zenyatta as much, but
you
Bastion.
can't say that. You can't.
Yes.
You can't say that.
I'm an Omnicist. I'm sorry. Well, Bastionist more like.
We're live.
I'm fine with Zenyatta. It's just Bastion I don't like. He's too violent.
You realize his entire story is that he's peaceful, right? He's a
In game,
peaceful
not so
Bastion.
much. When you can.
Game's not canon.
Come on, when you can shoot up the highest health character in the game in less than a second, and you call that fair and balanced, I'm sorry, I don't think so. Oh, they're asking for a pause.
Ah, shoot. I don't... Hold on, what is pause?
I'm
an idiot, and I haven't posted a custom game a lot.
Neither have I, don't worry. You're still doing better than I would do.
Okay, so the main tank lagged out. So, I apologize to everybody involved, but we're okay. So now, they might get a little bit of a advantage. It might be possibly my fault, but it seems that spare
We could
change
probably
might...
reset the map.
I think...
You think that would be fair?
I don't... If it's on my side, I don't know, but if we're still getting it... What do you think? Should we call to a vote on a incompetency of Light Rose?
I vote incompetency declares declares. English is still hard. Why is English a thing?
It is, but
Requires
it seems that I've been outvoted, and we are going to go ahead. All right, now we're going ahead. I'm an idiot in chat. Let's go. Okay, Saltstorm gonna get taken out, but the res comes through. They're gonna be holding that Mega. Ooh, very nice job by Abe.
Oh my, that's quite a quick barrage.
Mm-hmm. That's fair. If you're just in 1 point, you just boom, 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 you get your ult fast.
Still needing to hide behind corner though. That Bastion just shreds everything. Tank mode, not so much. They might actually be able to capitalize here if they can get in before tank mode expires.
Yeah. That Bastion is still alive, and he's the one person you do not want to leave alive.
They don't have a shield though. If they can take care of him, it's still possible for Undead batteries. It's just the healers remaining.
Oh my god, Deeble's going in! Claims Saltstorm, and he's gonna make it out alive.
Quite close. Could go either way still. Pretty much whichever Mercy dies first, and that's a Undead batteries win. Mercy
it is still not over yet. If they claim either Pharah or the Mercy.
We got respawns coming in though. That should pretty much guarantee it. Especially with that hook right there. That's Hammond dropping really low.
Arissa Hog coming back, and this might be the end of the fight for spare change.
Yeah, I get a bit preemptive on fight wins. It's a habit of mine in competitive as well. I'm sorry about that.
Yep. And there we go. Undead Battery taking that with 2 minutes left on Volskaya.
But while they're going to second point, I would like to point out why does Spare Change dare defy their caster overlords? We can insult them because they went against our vote.
But it seems that Spare Change was okay with it, so I get to allow it. But Emperor's gonna be popping that bongo. Bomb thrown in by Captain America, only claims the bongo, and he gets taken out himself.
And with the ult going in, along with Barrage. Doesn't quite get anything though. That's quite a lot of ults used on the side of Undead batteries, but it doesn't matter because they're pretty much taking it.
And it seems that with the immense use of ults, that Undead Battery might take this.
Yep, just Mercy and Ashe remaining.
But Abe actually claims 3! And as a stall, and he claims 4!
Is his name supposed to be Abe or Aim? I can't tell anymore.
Single-handedly clicked heads 4. And Spare Change still in this.
Very impressive. That's a 58% taken for Undead batteries, though.
Thanks for the wonderful clicks of Abe.
You mean aim, right?
Abe. Okay, so our producer wants to let you know that Unded Battery got that forfeit win, so the record got changed. If it just was trying to anybody.
I wouldn't know myself. It's only my second match. I know nothing.
Oh my god! Demo! What are you doing?
It is going in. Hog gonna do everything.
DPS aren't doing enough, Cox gun.
Yep.
And
yeah, Captain America gets a hook on Abe and then starts sleeping on the job. He looks like he can do this in his sleep.
And that fight was over before it even began.
Yeah, once your Mercy goes down, she's pretty much 2 players by herself with that res. You lose her, you lose 2 people.
I'm still just boggled, but it is not my I do not play Mercy.
I can't really say much about that. I'm a Moira myself, though I do occasionally play Mercy, but that was a bit too far.
Yeah,
Not that it matters. We still got 2.5 minutes. Still definitely possible for Unded batteries.
Dragon gonna be thrown in by Fredmaster with a Bob, gonna be contesting that point on the side.
Yeah, Bob is not doing things. Shame on him.
Yep. But Abe does get Climate. Velociraptor alone on point.
Velociraptor charging in. Got quite a bit of overextending. Overextending is definitely a problem. You get caught out, it's pretty much a 6v1, which makes it a 6v5 for the rest of your team. And yeah,
Climate is
not fun to do.
get away with his life.
Yep, looks like it's Spare Change's turn to overextend, though Aim gets that shot on Perpetuate again.
Seems though that they're gonna survive for now. They've also got the respawns, so in a sense they do have the ability to overextend just a little bit. Not too much to the point of throwing.
But come on, throwing is fun. Go to spawn.
Yeah.
Best thing to do.
I'm gonna be starting to take the point with that Ryan Zarya. Saltstorm throws in the blizzard. Ooh, catches 3.
Yeah, that's a huge freeze. Looks like, and Bob sleeping on the job again. Not that it matters.
And
Spare Change as well.
does
Still winning the fight.
Yep. And they're gonna keep committing to this. Abe caught out.
Can we get a second pick? Oh.
Demo did pull out the gun for a second.
It's still possible.
Oh my gosh.
Definitely Spare Change if they stop that res, but not quite. Looks like Undead batteries are going back to spawn for what, a 4th time?
Ever since that first fight, they just haven't seemed to get what they once had.
Yeah, they lost the momentum the moment they got that overextend.
It's going to be the last fight, 64%. Nothing to get angry about, but still, it's easily obtainable for Spare Change.
Yep. Looks like we're gonna have a Doomfist going for point with Spare Change pushed up. We could get him distracted, but not going for point. They're not going for. Oh,
they got 3 seconds to get on point.
Fredmaster could have gone for point, but instead he decided to go for the pick. It's round over.
Need to pad my stats. I need that gold medal in Ellipse. I don't think you understand.
Yes, the golds. They're all mine.
Guys, what are you
I'm
doing?
the best player in the game.
Medals. As a Moira main, you should say that sentence a lot. What are you guys doing? I have medals.
Please. Most people don't know this, but Moira is actually a healer. Gold heals are all that matters.
Yeah. Wow, what do you know? PSA to every single Moira who ever plays Moira. She is a healer. Phoenix, thank you for
the only time you're allowed to the only time you're allowed to DPS is when you have coalescence. Just have your team walk straight into the enemy team and you do damage as well as heal. It's really easy. Just coalescence, forehead. You do lots of damage, forehead.
Yep. All right, and I'd like to see the Bastion come out on offense. I don't know if it's gonna happen.
Can we get some do it in the chat?
Do it.
Do
Start
it.
Palpatine. Channel Palpatine. And do it.
Do what must be done.
Yep. Double Sniper though going to be coming out from Undead Battery. We're going to see Fredmaster and Climate really try to shine.
If they do run Bastion, it's actually going to be really hard for Undead Batteries to do anything about that. The shield is not so good against double sniper, or the shield is good against double sniper. Hanzo can slightly break it down, but Widow definitely can't do anything about it.
And they are going to be running that Bastion. Oh, I see the only way to take out this Bastion is sleep, hook, and they do get a sleep on the Bastion there, but immediately waking up.
Yep. Didn't even know robots could sleep. But
there it is, but with the immortality field, Abe's going to be able to get revived.
And that's a sleep on the Orisa. Bastion sleeping, Orisa sleeping. It's just robot nap time, isn't it?
Yep. But spare change is being pulled away, and ooh, Demol. Let's pick as the fight is ending.
That's a bit more morbid kind of a nap, but still works out for the side of spare change. If they regroup now, they're gonna have an easy time. Zen has no move abilities and has to walk all the way from second point.
Yeah, Demol's still coming back, and they're gonna be going on the point.
Just gotta rush in, and that's the Amp Matrix up.
Ooh.
But
Dragon claims 2. That fight's over.
That Dragon's pretty much saved it for him. Put it right into the center of spare change, and they had no movement abilities out of there.
Now, being smart, spare change is finally going to be going off that Bastion comp with Ball Winston.
Looks like they're going dive now. I'm a bit disappointed though. Almost at Bastion ult. Bastion ult is always fun to watch. Especially, I could never use a Bastion ult for some reason. Like, I just can't see his projectile.
It's interesting. You don't usually see the Ball Winston. That's what they're going to be running this time. And as Star-Lord and Climate are both taken out, and this fight already might be over for spare change.
Yep, looks like we're getting a Nano Whole Hog. That does humongous loads of damage, but looks like it was a bit preemptive. Seems the fight was already won.
It is 2 ults that spare change can take care of, but because of their recent switches, they're not really getting much.
So with this dive comp, Undead Battery's healers are going to have a hard time against this. They get dosed super easily. Demel does have trance on the side of Undead Battery, but if he gets taken out before he uses it, then it's going to be a really easy fight for spare change. If he uses it to... Oh, I spoke too soon.
Abe just deleted from existence there.
Does Climate have a delete button over there? I think that's what he's using.
Yeah. Guys, press Alt F4 to instantly delete the enemy team. Trust me, it works.
Don't do it, it's a lie.
No, he's lying. You would trust Light Rose, right?
Yes, you can't trust me, I'm new. But back to the fight. We're still getting picks.
Soulstorm does take out Demol, and Rez gonna be on Junior, but once again, it just seems like the fight is over.
The snipers are just pressing that delete button over and over again. This doesn't matter. No matter what spare change does, they're just getting picked before the fight even starts. That's one of the hard things with dive against sniper, is pretty much every character on your team can get one shot.
Fredmaster gonna actually get a triple kill as that fight is starting to end. And there's more comp switches from the side of spare change with only 30 seconds left.
Yeah, that's
the only 2 ults that they are really able to capitalize on are Sound Barrier and Pulse Bomb.
And that's another delete for Climate. It's a really questionable swap. Hog and Orisa have no movement ability, so they're going to have a hard time getting to point. But with that shot on Captain America, it's pretty much over for spare change. They
Barely
luckily able to touch.
Demol gonna claim a 2 headshot.
And
we might have had Junior left the game, so
fun.
We gotta wait to end. They have to really think about what went wrong, and
they're trying to ice Undead Batteries. They're playing so hard that they deleted Junior from the game.
And as the ability of lobby leader, I am hereby ending the game with a snap of my fingers. Volskaya Industries can cease to exist.
If you're snapping your fingers, shouldn't like one of the teams be gone now? At least I think that's how it's supposed to work.
While we didn't technically end, the only person who was close enough was Mercy, and she was not going to get to point. So, no, not. I think they might be mad at us, but get mad at our producer. Oh. Well. Miscommunication. Should I relinquish my lobby privileges?
Just don't do it to me. I am not. I can't do it. Don't make me, please.
I don't know. All right. Well, we're gonna go to halftime, but before we talk about that, was really just domination by Undead Battery on that point.
Yeah, the comp switches were designed to help, but they didn't have enough coordination to pull it off. That's the unfinished roster showing itself. Probably could have worked if they had been able to work together, but it's really hard to get synergy with a team that you haven't worked with for very long.
Mm-hmm. And we do have 1-1 going into the halftime. And before we go to halftime, a special little halftime show from NPC and Cool Sam. Who do you have taking this end?
I'm sorry?
Who do you have taken this game?
I have no idea. I know nothing about
From what you've seen.
either of these.
From what you've seen, who do you have taken this game?
I think it could go either way. I don't even know what we're doing, so I'm just saying.
I was just kind of kidnapped and forced to do this, so I don't really know what's going on either. But all right, we'll see you at the end of halftime, everybody.
Yep. Have a good time.
Hey, everybody, and welcome to the Sunday Night Feature Match Halftime Show, presented by the Iris Podcast. Each week, one of your podcast analysts will chat with a member of the community and break down Wednesday's games. I'm NPC, covering Harmony tier games, and with us this week is Cool Sam from the Meteors, covering the Discord tier. So let's get started. I'm going to kick things off by reiterating the announcement that the Careless Pandas have had to forfeit this game and last week's game because a Smurf was discovered on their team. Careless Pandas' leadership were very cooperative, and their team will be allowed to continue going forward. But there's just no reason to smurf, especially in the Harmony tier. If you want to play in Diamond level games, there's a Discord tier just for you. So there's absolutely no reason to smurf. It's just not fun for anybody, and it will get your team disqualified. So with that out of the way, let's talk about some games. Let's start off in the Discord tier. What do you got for us, Cool Sam?
All right, kicking it off, we've got our first map 5 for the Discord tier in Season 3, with Prodigious beating Aimbots 3-2. Really what this game came down to was a clutch shatter from Juco at the end of Havana to force a map 5. From there, it was really just smooth sailing for Prodigious. They've yet to drop a map on Control. They're a perfect 6-0 to start the season.
Yeah, absolutely. Perfect record on Control maps. That's going to be a big thing, especially when it comes to those map 5s when you've got 2 Control maps in a week. Speaking of map 5s, Comets ended up winning 3-2 to Pythons, another map 5. It was a very close match. I gotta say, Gillimed is a great leader for that team. With shot calling, call-outs, composition switches, whatever they needed, his presence was definitely felt on the field this week. So let's go back over to the Discord tier.
All right. Well, keeping it in the theme of first, we've got our first map 4 as the decider in a Discord tier game, with One Last Ride beating Harmony and Chaos 2-1-1. The teams would draw on Volskaya and each trade a map on Control and Hybrid. But what it came down to was both teams going the distance on Havana, but with less time, One Last Ride managed to cover more distance and squeak out a series victory 2-1-1.
Yeah, draws are always tough. Always tough. DDoS went 2-3 against Overtime. Overtime managed to make this win in map 5 again. Overtime only has a 6-man roster, but they managed to squeak out a win this week against DDoS. It was a very close match. Every map went the distance, 99-99, extra rounds, you name it, it's in there. So if you want to watch some good, close, long fights, check out that game.
Up next, we've got Sugar Rush beating Alt F4 3-1. And while it was a 3-1 scoreline, this match was a lot closer than most of the Discord tier matches this week. For a majority of the matches, Sugar Rush was winning a cheeky bunker comp, which really allowed Lays on the Reaper to pop off. However, what it really came down to was Guac's clutch ability. She had key freezes for Sugar Rush's final attack on Hollywood and sealed the deal on Bastion in overtime on Havana.
Oh, the overtime Bastion. It's always just, that's a GG right there when you pull out that Bastion. Illusion took Minty Hippos 3-1. Hippos were coming off a big win last week against Boop. They definitely showed up this week as well. Incredible support play by Honey and Drugs Not Hugs on Illusion managed to help Illusion secure that win 3-1. But don't discount Minty Hippos. They've got some pretty stellar DPS on that team.
Up next, we've got Tough Luck beating Eclipse 3-1. Now, it was a consensus 4-0 on the Iris podcast that Tough Luck would take the easy 4-0. But Eclipse would defy the odds, come right out of the gate, and take Nepal 2-1. But that's really where the momentum ended for Eclipse, as Tough Luck would go on to full hold Eclipse in each of the next 3 maps. One interesting thing I've noticed is that Tough Luck's been rotating a tank line of Kingdom, Rock Jumper, and Bang Bang Bear. And albeit only 2 games in the season, the only 2 map losses for Tough Luck this season have been with the Kingdom Bang Bang Bear tank line. Maybe it's just a coincidence, but maybe it's more.
Interesting analysis. I like that. Another map 5 for the Harmony tier this week. Potatoes 2-3 Maelstrom. Maelstrom ended up winning this match, but Potatoes going to map 5 with what I'm calling a top tier team is an absolute victory for the Potatoes. They were missing Cap'n Wessels and Shepvik this week, but they still managed to get to map 5. I'm going to go ahead and say it right here. The Potatoes are making the playoffs.
Oof. Well, jumping over to the Discord here, we've got Invictus beating Instalock 3-1. Now, Invictus entered this match with one thing on their mind. My Big Marth's tier list be damned. They pulled out the 3-1 victory. Invictus, who were missing Yoga back this week, are sporting the full 10-man roster, whereas Instalock is sporting the minimum of 6. With a recent recruitment post by Specs, Instalock is looking to bounce back from their 0-2 start this season by hopefully getting a deeper roster.
Yeah, I think Instalock will do a lot better with a couple more players. I feel like 10 is too many, but 6 is definitely too few. Speaking of adding people to the roster, Boop lost 0-4 against Karma this week. Boop is actually making some moves. They've added a couple more people to their roster, kind of rounding things out. They're really only a 2-week-old team, but Karma has months of practice together, and that helped them claim their second 4-0 victory in a row. This places Karma at the top of the standings in the Harmony tier.
Up next, we've got the Meteors pulling off a successful 3-1 victory over Renovaccio. And this is really similar to the Tough Luck Eclipse match, where Meteors would drop Nepal, but would go on to hold Renovaccio full hold Renovaccio in each of the next 3 maps. That being said, Renovaccio is on a bit of a slow start out of the gate, but their TPS line of Progress, Forsaken, and most notably DC were really on full display this week. For the Meteors, the stellar DPS and off-tank capabilities between Courage and My Big Marv have really provided the Meteors a lot of flexibility in how they're formulating their compositions on a map-by-map basis. Cool Sam 69 is still unquestionably the cutest player in the Tranquility community.
I don't disagree with that analysis at all. Holy Jalapenos fell 1-3 to the Jetpack Cats. Jetpack Cats off to a slow start, losing that first map, Nepal. But they must have took a hit of catnip because they came back with a vengeance to win the last 3 maps in the series. We got to see a lot of great plays from Melts, of course, but the big winner here was Blue, playing off-tank for the Jetpack Cats. Absolutely insane on Roadhog, so keep your eyes on him this season as Roadhog moves up into the meta.
All right, and rounding out the Discord tier matches, we've got Commit and Otaku. Now, despite a strong showing against Funavashio last week, Otaku would fall short to Commit 3-1. Commit continues to maintain their hype as their 7-1 map differential is tied for best in the tournament as we wrap up week 2. They have the opportunity to take sole position of first place as they square up against the Meteors next week. For Otaku, they've got some big shoes to fill as team captain and main tank Yojak has decided to step down from the team. He was the sole member of last year's championship team still playing for Otaku.
Oh, can we get some Fs to pay respects for Yojak in the chat? We'll miss you, buddy. We wish you the best. And that's going to do it for this week's Sunday Night Halftime Show presented by the Iris Podcast. Tune in back here to the Tranquility Community Twitch channel tomorrow at 8:30 Eastern for the Iris Podcast, where we're going to break down the results of tonight's Spare Change versus Undead Batteries match, as well as more predictions of next week's matches. Now back to the second half of Spare Change versus Undead Batteries.
Welcome back, everybody. I hope you had a great time watching that show. My Cool Sam and NPC. Those guys are 2 great guys. NPC is resident meme man of Tranquility. There's a reason everybody loves him. We're back between Spare Change and Undead Battery, and it's really been a fight here, hasn't it, Phoenix?
Yep, I'm ready to see the next 2 rounds. Got plenty of different comps, which definitely keeps it interesting. Can't wait to see some more of that in 2-2-2.
Yeah, and we're probably coming up on the really good bunker map, Hollywood. It'll be interesting to see. Spare Change really came out with the Orisa May Reaper comp. They kind of cleared it on Nepal. And it'll be interesting to see if they can take over Undead Battery on this map.
Yeah, but it's definitely the dive is something else to watch out for. It's especially good on the second point of the map when you're pushing the payload to the hangar. Lots of high ground to take over and just plenty of space to move around.
Mm-hmm. But Junior is back and ready to main tank his heart out. I know main tank is rough. It takes a toll on your internet. I'll tell you that.
We're not gonna just cancel the map for this time, right?
All right. I got a Scout's honor. I won't cancel the map.
Blame Rose for everything. I'm new here. I don't know anything.
If you look at the stats and the statistics, you'll actually see that there was no physical way that Spare Change could have won that map.
Mm,
You didn't. I don't think you considered that. But I will do a better job this time.
but Yeah, looks like we're getting bunker on the side of spare change. That's definitely good. Bunker map for first point. They've been really good at bunker so far. Looks like we're getting the same thing on the side of Undead Battery for attack, except with a McCree instead of May, and we got that Moira in there for hopefully more coalescences than I've been seeing.
You know what's interesting to me is that on both sides, more Baptiste has been played with the May comp instead of the Moira, which is traditionally played.
Yeah, it just provides a humongous amount of stain. May and Reaper both have self-heals. Baptiste can throw out the immortality field to keep them up while they sustain themselves. Same thing with Hog.
Just gonna be balling it out right now. Nothing really came through, but the hook's gonna be onto Velocifactor. His body recoiling from that hook.
Yep. So, looks like we're getting in more hooks. That's really all we're doing here. Hooks, hooks, and more hooks.
Yeah. These hogs today, it is interesting that now Captain America, I didn't notice this, Captain America and Junior kind of switched a little bit.
But with all the hooks coming in, that all Undead Battery are able to do is hang out and choke until they get a full regroup. With that McCree going in, not quite another hook, but it was really close. If he hadn't flashbanged right there, it would have been another reset.
Climate throwing in that Dragon Strike, getting no one. But he does get out the Immortality Field.
Undead Batteries are finally able to move in, though, placing quite aggressive shields.
One trick gonna be hooked by Velociraptor, but Abe finds Climate in the head with an arrow.
And a Coalescence, though it's not quite able to save him.
Whole hog thrown out by Junior. The flashbang doesn't get him, and it seems Undead Battery is gonna have to back off, as Velociraptor just seems to be... He might be doing something dirty to that wall.
I don't think we talk about that here.
Yeah,
Moving on. But we've been going quite back and forth. It was, I believe, spare change on the first map, Undead Batteries for the second map, and now we're back to spare change winning this one. I'm actually hoping for a map 5.
It does seem though, spare change really is in control with these halt hooks, comboed by Captain America and Junior.
Junior was almost hooked though. He was hooked anyways. He dropped down to low ground and was really vulnerable, but they were able to get those picks needed, and that's another reset.
That is an interesting ult by Captain America. Well, they did finish the fight out with 2 more due to that. The Bongo, it seemed the fight was already won.
It's just the zoning ult to get him backing out, right? I mean, just stalling more time. Time is pretty much the thing that matters here. You get down to 0, it's a lot easier to hold later points.
It seems just with these halt hooks, there's just nowhere to hide.
Yep, halt hook. It's one of the best combos in the game. That's why it's meta right now. You can't do anything about it unless you have a movement ability. And since both teams are running bunker, you don't have a lot of those.
Trent's going to be popped by Demo.
Oh, but that's a huge boop from the Pharah, right onto the low ground.
Can Crimson find it? And he does! Finds Star-Lord and Junior, 2 critical characters.
Not quite a 3k from Abe and Nepal, but that's still won them the fight. That's Undead Battery taking first point.
Finally able to brute force their way through. But that was a very good hold by Spare Change.
Yep, that Pharah was a very good switch. Spare Change didn't have anything to go against it, though. Now they have an Ashe deal with it. Still going to be really hard to deal with, though, especially in this area. As I said, there's a whole bunch of high ground to go up to. Ashe can't get up to the high ground easily, so Pharah's just going to be able to hide up there and get pot shots on Spare Change.
Abe gonna be trying contesting that Pharah. Isn't finding too much luck, but the bongos are gonna be popped, and Crimson!
Yes, that was an unfortunate bongos from Kuchapi. I've done it before myself, where bongos have gotten run over by cart. It's quite an unfortunate placement.
Climate actually taking out Star-Lord with the fight is ending.
But yes, the payload can take out bongos, which pretty much happened immediately. We're still getting picks on the side of Undead Batteries though, and they're getting over past the general store.
Junior, is he gonna get out? And he does. But Undead Battery just coming forward. No one will stop them right now.
Yep, another hook from Velociraptor. Yeah, Undead Batteries are just getting picks over and over again. If they keep getting them, they're gonna get second point for free. They won't be able to contest in a 5v6 or 4v6 as it seems as it is right now.
And it is still actually, it is a 4v6 like you said. And they're just kind of trapped in the corner right now.
Ooh, missed hook on Coalescence. Yeah, we're getting a whole bunch of ultimates in there.
And they're just multiple ults coming at him for both sides, but they don't find a kill. And then Junior with the whole hog on the Velociraptor, both Mercies traded off. And it seems like Spare Change could take this back.
Abe getting his nickname AIM again, able to take out both Flight Simulator characters and the Orisa.
Crimson's still on jail cell and taken out by Junior.
Yeah, that was quite a few ults used. Not quite the chaos that we need from 6 ults from both teams, but still, we're still even in the number though. We got.
I think credit needs to be given where credit is due. One Trick, his immortality fields have been great.
Yep, that's one of the things that Baptiste is known for. His immortality field, if placed in the right spot, can save your team from the most deadly situations. So you're not going to be able to do anything about a hook. Overextending on the other hand, you can do something about.
Yep.
But that's Undead Battery getting 3 of them. Looks like they might be able to take second point if they keep going.
Both the snipers just hunting people down. It is really where Undead Battery has shined today, is their double sniper.
Yep, their double sniper has been amazing. It's even been able to counter or take care of the dive on Volskaya, which is usually a counter to snipers.
Abe, Captain America, and Starlord trying to get out. Seems that they are for now. Oh, I cast your curse. Crimson shot down. Crimson shot Captain America right in the face.
Hey, it's not me. It's not me this time. If any of you want to see Tranquility's last match between Vitamin C and Careless Pandas, I was casting that one as well, and I had commentators cursed left, right, and center. It was quite interesting.
It seems that Spare Change really doesn't only need to win a couple of fights just to keep them from going away.
There's Bobbin, not able to do things though, because he gets hooked by a Velociraptor.
Coalescence gonna be thrown out. And while Junior does get Climate, it seems that Undead Battery is really just charging forward right now.
Yep, Kujikapi getting those shots in. Look, the Blizzard in though. Even with that freeze, there's no one to follow up. Oh, with Junior coming in though, not quite able to do enough without the rest of his team. We got 20 seconds to take third point, but it looks like it might get done.
Only the supports remain. Dragon thrown out by Climate. Captain America, the only one on point, popping the bongos.
Yeah,
and Abe is with him.
Come on, AIM, live up to your name. Get another 4K.
There, and they might hold this. A 3 against the world.
Oh my goodness.
Crimson, you gotta get on the point.
Into the iris.
Very, very close.
Hiding out by those by the power generators.
But Spare Change was able to take it. That means Undead Batteries can only defend for 2 points if sorry, not Captain America, that's not the team. If Spare Change is able to make it to third point, they don't even need to push the entire third point. It's just right up to where Undead Batteries got it up to.
I think that'd be a pretty cool name. Team Captain America. Just Team America. We represent the entire nation. Could we? I wonder. Could you do that in Trank? Just name your Team America.
That sounds amazing. Here, come on, Trank people. What we need to do is just get a whole bunch of teams named after Marvel characters. That's all we need to do.
Yeah.
Let's start a petition. Change.org. Make all Tranquility League teams Marvel characters.
And this is a very interesting comp that I'm seeing from Undead Battery. You got both the characters, and they did have not a Mercy, so but they're running the Baptiste, a McCree, and a Pharmacy with a more bunker-style tank lineup.
That far it did really well on attack, though. It was pretty much what got them to take first point besides McCree's High Noon. And on the side of Spare Change, they have nothing to deal with it. They don't have any hit scan. Hanzo is the most likely to do it here.
Yeah, that ferret is just going to be putting pressure on you. And immediately, Saltstorm is taken out by Hoochcopy.
Yep, not able to do much when you maze down. She's pretty much your third tank.
Star-Lord getting so...
Who needs tanks?
Yep. Yeah, no one thinks of us anyway, so point.
Yeah, 2-2 luck will bring out the best in you, hopefully. But everyone else has dropped except for Kuchikapi. Kuchikapi still holding high ground and gets slept.
Ooh, Velociraptor shot in the face by Saltstorm, and that's 5v6. Demo gonna be putting out the res, and does get Velociraptor.
Yeah,
it's
they
back to
luckily got
6v6
res,
here.
but, Velociraptor got picked because Kuchikapi was still holding high ground. It's really hard to be able to push forward when you don't have a shield.
And there it is, under battery, keeping them off the point. Oh, it does find the hook, which could be very integral, and the immortality field is thrown out.
Looks like we're getting pretty even here. We still got 2.5 minutes left for Spare Change, and Undead Battery still has their McCree coming back from spawn. If they push it now, they should be able to take first point easily.
And the Spare Chain is going to be going on the high ground, seeing what they can.
Their McCree is back though, so got that 6v6.
Captain America uses the bongos here, and another hook by Junior.
They gotta watch for the Mercy res though. Mercy's resing. Even though climate goes down.
Yep, we're right now 5v5.
But
Velociraptor, just as Result gets frozen. Now it seems.
But it looks like Spare Change is taking it. Yeah. Sorry, I keep interrupting you. I'm getting very excited.
I don't want to run over you.
I know, but I'm running over you.
Yeah, I don't want to make sure that I run over you.
It's just very exciting. I can't help myself.
I know. It's so exciting.
Gotta get that hype. Come on, full hype. Let's go.
It's a great game that we're having right now.
Yeah, looks like we got Star-Lord. I'm sorry, but Star-Lord Cartbot.
Yep. And as Widowmaker says in French, no one can hide from my sight. As Inversight is thrown out by it.
Bit off accent there. You might want to work on that.
Yeah, I've been told. But Captain America gets that headshot on Seb, and it seems Mercy's not going to be able to res.
Yep, we're Spare Change just chugging along.
Saltstorm actually gets the really great wall in the Orisa, but because of Fortify, they're not going to be able to capitalize on it.
Yep. Their Undead Battery's tanks are both flanking. It's going to be an Oh, I spoke too soon. I didn't even finish my sentence and the caster curse kicked in.
Yep. But the DPS have shown Climate, while he did get a 2k, he did kill himself. So it kind of balances out. You get the good play, you make yourself look like an idiot. I mean, they coexist.
Abe is doing his work though. Got Climate to switch off Faro over to Hanzo.
That pressure in the sky, you don't want that.
Yep. Just Fire and Mercy is an interesting comp, but not that it matters right now. It looks like we're getting picks on the side of Spare Change.
Ooh.
And Caster Curse.
Yep. Comes actually takes him down with a flashbang.
Oh, that's quite a good wall, assuming.
Yep. When the immortality field can Crimson, how long can Crimson survive in there? Not much. It's shot down by Captain America.
Yeah, while I'm looking at it, I've been seeing a whole bunch of bullets in Glitchbot's windows. I'm surprised he hasn't died from any of these fights yet. Like, he must have very good bulletproof glass.
But right now, Spare Change is just rolling through. right now, if they win this fight, they're gonna have a much better shot at winning this game.
Pulse on both sides. Got a Widow sniping at him from on top of jail. Could go either way at the moment.
Abe, you're so close, taking Crimson out.
Come on, Abe. Aim. Do it.
There it is.
Yep, it's a 5v6. With the Mayalt coming in. Oh, that's the wrong Mayalt I was thinking of.
Yep. Velociraptor gonna be taken down. Now it seems that Spare Change is rolling through.
Yeah, that Mayalt pretty much won it for them. Velociraptor is pretty much their most sustainable character on their team, and once he goes down, they have no card contest.
With 2 minutes and 30 seconds, 70 meters.
Yep, we gotta watch for it. Just gotta get up to about the outside of the hangar.
Poor Velociraptor. Kinda
Just
got
getting-
bullied there.
Yes, very bullied. Kids, stand up to bullying. Don't do it. It's a bad
Yep.
thing. Except in
Bad.
Overwatch. In Overwatch, it's okay.
Alright. And they're just pushing the point forward, almost halfway there with 2 minutes to go.
Yep. They're halfway there. Just gotta push another 30 meters. Not that it matters because Climbit gets several with the dragon.
Claiming a 3K, putting a stop to that fight.
Still
They're
got
just-
about. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I mean, they wanted no survivors in that fight.
Take
They were
no
hunting
prisoners.
after 'em.
But yeah, they got about 2 fights left on the side of Spare Change. If they win only one, though, they've gotten the map. And that's a huge pick for them. That could win them the fight right there.
But Abongos are popped by Kuchikopi. Can anything get done? And
Ooh, that is not what you want to see from Spare Change. Orissa's more important than Widow. That pretty much won Undead Batteries the fight right there. They got 1 fight remaining to try and take this point.
yeah, seems Undead Battery right now has got a really good grip on where they are.
And the wrong Roadhog's getting bullied this time. Junior gets staggered majorly.
Seems though, the Captain America switching over to that monkey.
We got a
That's,
semi-sneaky Winston. Not sneaky anymore. Hanzo
Yeah.
found him. Climb it. And that's another stagger. That's really not good.
And that immediately puts them down to the last fight. They're gonna have to win this and the next one in overtime.
They have dive, so pretty much they have to go for Zen before he transes. If Zen gets trans off, then that's pretty much an Undead Batteries win.
Yep.
D-Mel.
Diva gonna be on that high ground. But right now, Seb and Demo both have ults.
Yep, there goes the trans.
Yep, with the
But
coalescence.
an anti. They might be able to get it out.
Ooh, Kuchikopi able to survive while Climate hits a dink on Saltstorm. Velociraptor also gets a dink on Captain America. And this season's to go in Undead Battery's favor.
Yep, it's pretty much over. Got 1 person left on point, just an Anna, and yep, Undead Batteries takes it 2-1.
Now, throughout that map, Spare Change really did they looked in control. And then third point came. What happened?
I think they just had way too many staggers. Pretty much one person died, they tried and regroup, but another person died before they did. They just had to wait over and over again until they had to rush to point.
Yeah. Definitely something you want. You want all 6. Just all 6. And we're gonna be up 2-1 Undead Battery.
Yeah, 6v16 fights are pretty much what you want, unless you can get them in your favor. I've gone through way too many experiences where people just decide to go in 5v6 and get destroyed. But this isn't about me. This is about Tranquility.
Yep. We're actually gonna see the return of, if you remember, one of the best voted off tanks in the community, Impulse. He's gonna be coming back in. We're gonna see Climate going out for Fredmaster 45 on Havana, no less.
Yeah, speaking of impers, I had quite an amusing conversation today, or at least attempt at a conversation. I needed to message one of Unded Battery's coaches to try and find the team captain. They told me, what's his name, Skygrazer was the manager, which I assumed to be team captain, and apparently Impers was the team captain. I just cannot find people apparently.
Yeah, you're just gonna be in a maze of people because Undead Battery, they've got a ton of people, and you got to put in a whole bunch of people. Yeah, everyone's got to play 2 maps. That's the rule.
That actually just gave me an excellent idea for a workshop. If any of you are good with workshop, make a Maywall maze, please. That would be so amazing.
That would How would that work?
I don't know, just permanent ice walls that are up.
Wouldn't you have to have each individual May?
I don't know. You
Could you? I don't.
or with the workshop coding, you could probably just make opaque walls that you don't even need a character for. They just exist.
Oh yeah, that is true. Yeah, this isn't like Tranquility. This is programming 101 with Light Rose and Phoenix Fire. Except
No,
we don't know programming at all.
Yeah, you don't. Someone else make it, not me. I
Yeah.
cannot program worth anything. Like, I can use technology, I can figure out how to use it easily, but when it comes to fixing or making it, yeah, you don't want to hire me for that.
Yeah, we're not the people. But a lot on Havana, or at least in my game, a lot of the Bastion was run, but it's not really. We're not really seeing that much right now.
I personally think that's a good thing, but once again, I'm Bastionist.
Mm-hmm, you are. Because the Bastion didn't really work out for spare change.
God, we got Abe no longer on the sniper though. He's on May now, with Saltstorm on the Pharah. That's gonna be an interesting comp to watch.
And Fredmaster actually gonna be on the Genji. When was the last time we saw a Genji?
That their change went dive with Genji on Volskaya attack,
That is
so
true.
quite
That
recent.
is true. We're seeing a lot of off-meta choices. But Captain America got
Captain America.
Yeah. Yep. Both the wrists is traded off there. And Abe gonna be right-clicking his way to freedom as he finds Seb. Crimson also finds Saltstorm, but with the respawns, Undead Battery is gonna be pushing that cart. Undead Battery is gonna be pushing that cart. And now Crimson gonna be looking down these sights. Nothing much going on. I mean, the corner, Orisa, Ana with the Roadhog, both in the corner. And they still yet to get a full 6. Junior going trying to get that hook, but Impers finds Junior, gets the hook. Pushing on them, and there's not much hope. Seb does get the sleep, but one trick, not much longer for this Earth. As Undead Battery is going to be pushing it all the way. With Crimson Infrasights, you cannot hide from the French woman. 1-1 going to be capped with 5 minutes left. Not much resistance from spare change. Soulstorm finally going to be going on that Reaper. And Fredmaster 45 on the McCree instead of the Genji, which is good. You need that CC for the Reaper. As Death Blossom, pretty scary ult. And a hook found onto Captain America, but a great anti from one trick as a nano is thrown onto the Orisa. Imper's taking a nice little nap. Seb pops Coalescence with very low health. You're gonna get immediately healed up. And Bongo's used, High Noon used, and Fredmaster 45, he's all the way in the back. He can't find it, he's on a flank. He finds 2, Starlord and Abe, and this fight is over. And right now, Undead Battery's just got a great grip on this game, and they're gonna cap, with one more fight. They're gonna have a great time if they win this next fight. Oh, has he returned?
I'm sorry about that. Internet is a thing that does not like me right now.
And Junior, Junior was in the back, popped ult up. I don't know what he's doing, but it seems that Undead Battery is just they've got a really good hold on everything, and spare change, they just seem all over the place.
Yep, I'm sorry, I can't see anything right now. I need to re-invite.
It is true. Get on in here, friend. I'll fill you in, as I'll fill everybody else in. It is currently 2-1. Undead Battery over spare change. We are on Havana. And Undead Battery has captured the second point with 4 minutes and 50 seconds remaining. But they still have to go through third point, as third point is one of the hardest points, personally, that I have to go through.
I am still not in the game, so I still cannot say anything about it.
All right, we gotta invite Phoenix. We gotta cast. We gotta do multiple things at once. But Fredmaster's High Noon not really gonna get much, and they're just still gonna be rolling forward.
I'm lonely. Someone save me.
Come, friend. Come join.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, I am a person that exists and
Yeah.
cannot have internet apparently.
And Junior just hunted down. Well, a good ante comes from one trick. Seems that not much is gonna come of it.
Yeah, I missed quite a lot. Unded Battery still with a 4-minute time bank and already really close to capping third point.
Imper's gonna be throwing down the whole hog wall. Abe, finally, Spare Change finds a kill on Fredmaster 45.
With an anti?
Yep. And this doesn't even seem to be a contest right now, as Undead Battery's going through. Finally, they get something their way.
Supercharger could win it for either team. Pretty much whoever's healer goes down first wins, or loses. Yep, and or just not the healers, you just gotta kill everyone else.
Fredmaster 45 finding 2, but it seems that the respawns are gonna come in from Spare Change.
I don't even know what's going on anymore. I was totally expecting Undead Batteries to win right there, but
Yep.
Spare Change was able to get that whole hog off, which pretty much saved it for him.
And Spare Change really needed that last fight. They almost, and Undead Battery really almost capped with almost 3 minutes 30 seconds, which is, whew, that's a lot of time in the time bank.
Yeah, pretty much it's one fight territory. If Undead Batteries wins one fight, they got it with quite a large time bank to boot.
Saltstorm back on that May, and both the Arissa's gonna be traded in. Fredmaster 45 gonna get the High Noon.
With High Noon just existing.
Yep. With the May, well, not much is gonna come of it. Junior really gonna be the only one close to contesting, but Saltstorm gonna find Fredmaster.
Yeah, but Saltstorm getting 2. Not that it matters too much. Sorry, already a reset with 2 minutes left.
Do you think that nano was wasted?
A little bit. When Saltmaster got 2, it was over for Undead Batteries, but once again, it can be. All ults that are wasted are pretty much zoning, unless it's like an instant ult like Earth Shatter.
Mm-hmm.
But
Right.
any duration ult is pretty much zoning, just scares them away. Spooky, spooky road dogs.
Crimson actually gonna be on the. First time we've seen this with this map is Crimson on that Sombra.
Ooh, a
And then hack on
Sombra?
that hog. Yep.
I haven't seen Sombra in a while. I'm going to enjoy this.
There's no shield right now for Spare Change, as Captain America is gonna be coming back. Ember's throwing up the whole hog, seeing if he can get anything.
With Seb being a DPS Moira and taking out Anna.
I don't think Spare Change is gonna be even able to get on the card.
Yep. It's just
Mercy. Yep.
Captain America, and I can't see that name because I have an overlay in front of it.
Yeah.
Alright, interesting.
Star Lord.
Star-Lord, yes.
Yep. Star.
I can't see it when I'm talking because my Discord's up there.
Mm-hmm.
What fun.
Discord overlays.
But 1 minute time bank is still really good for Undead Batteries. That means Spare Change needs to take the entire 3 points and then fight them again with at least a 1 minute remaining.
Mm-hmm. I don't think that time bank though tells of how much Undead Battery really was in control of this game.
Need 5 seconds.
All right. So while you hear static, I am gonna inform you of 222's coming. Sigma. Sigma's pretty cool. I'm a main tank. Sigma's a main tank. It's pretty epic.
Oh
Coming
boy.
soon. To a tranquility community near you. 222 and Sigma.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Mickey Mouse.
I could have gone into a whole infomercial there.
But who likes those? Come on. Do you really come to Overwatch Tranquility for the infomercials, or do you come here for the gameplay?
I'm here for the memes.
Yeah, memes are good. And of course, the cast is charming personalities.
The DNA of the soul.
I'll pretend that's a thing.
You know it's true.
I know
Don't deny
nothing.
it.
I know nothing yet know everything. I am Zenyatta.
Yeah. But we're still gonna see that Roadhog Orisa come.
And we got Moiras on both sides. I'm quite happy about that. Get to see some Moira offs.
That long stretch right now is just a death hallway. There's just so many projectiles going through.
And it's a lot worse when you have a Bastion on that death hallway. But neither
Luckily.
team has those.
Yeah, luckily they don't.
Luckily. Oh,
Ooh.
that's an amazing hook though. Not quite able to follow up though. Very unlucky.
Knocked off that high ground, but able to get back on his feet. As another haul goes through, gets Kuchikopi, and Kuchikopi is down.
Spare change are still getting quite a good push though. The undead batteries aren't contesting very well, and whenever they try and contest, they're just getting taken out.
Right now, though, Undead Battery is still on the point, but it seems Impulse might not be too long for this Earth. There it is. Crimson and Impulse both taken down simultaneously.
But looks like that's a first point take for spare change.
Yep.
With even more time than undead batteries, at least when I was there, which I wasn't.
And they're just gonna be pushing forward. Right now, though, Undead Battery is just they're not taking the high ground.
They're forgetting the cart though.
Yep.
Just giving undead batteries free time.
Still hasn't moved.
It's even moving backwards. Oh,
Still hasn't moved.
it stopped.
Still hasn't moved. You gotta kill.
I'm gonna start counting. 2, 3,
In your
4,
Yep.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Still hasn't moved.
This is getting embarrassing.
This is
oh my goodness.
You have won the fight.
Oh, are
and the
they actually
cart-
going back for it? Yeah.
That was a
cheer.
whole 30 seconds, almost a minute of not pushing the cart that they got.
Big cheer for Captain America for finally remembering the payload.
A true soldier gets on the payload.
Usually Zenyatta's that you need to worry about that. Have you seen that animated Zenyatta short about moving the payload? That was like one of the funniest things I've ever seen for Overwatch, and it's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, Spare Change really could use that right now. Both their supports really in just one area. They're finally able to come to the wine cellar. But
Or maybe sorry.
just because they didn't move that cart so much, their cart's only halfway to second point.
But maybe they just need to throw Papachuea over on the Spare Changes team. He's the Zenyatta that they need, but they don't deserve.
Fredmaster's able to find 3, and he's so deeply rooted in the enemy. That was just an oblivious moment by Spare Change. Something definitely for the VOD reviews.
We're still getting a push because of the whole hog though.
Yeah.
Or at least a little bit.
And Spare Change gonna have to back off. They still got a decent amount of time left. Only need to win one fight, but you're gonna be kicking yourself for that one. You could have gone all the way. You
And
been moving.
And I just learned something new. Apparently spectators cannot go through May's ice wall. I never knew that.
Interesting. You don't want to know what's on the other side.
I mean, I know what's on the other side. That doesn't mean I need to like it though.
Yeah.
May is the ice demon.
Yeah. And a halt hook gonna go through, find Impers, but Crimson get the headshot on Captain America. And Soulstorm gonna be all alone on the cart. And Spare Change gonna have to back off for now.
Yeah, this is gonna be a interesting work from Spare Change. Like, as you said before, they could have taken it all the way if they had just pushed the payload right away. It's gonna be really disappointing for them if they lose just because they didn't push the payload.
And Coalesce is going to be thrown in tad early, you could say. Not going to really find anything. Seb gets excruciatingly low. He's going to pop Coalescence of his own. And high noon by Fredmaster.
Yep, a fair few ults. McCree shoots McCree. I gosh darn killed myself.
Yep, finds two. He finally finds one with those high noons, and it seems that Fredmaster a lot today has just kind of been standing there.
Just to win by existing. That's what he's doing best.
Yep.
But yeah, we got 1.5 minutes left. If Spare Change isn't able to take second point within that, Undead Batteries wins the match.
Yeah, but I mean, the card's been pushed back so much that you almost might have to extend it to 2 fights. 'Cause it's
Looks
almost
like
back
they're-
to halfway.
Yep, they're going outside, enjoying the sunlight. Probably gonna want to enjoy it a bit longer with that supercharger going out.
Ooh, Moira, that's not somewhere we
Cease your resistance.
have to
we,
pop Coalescence of his own. There.
The card's still moving back though, with a McCree flanking. Flashbang the Mercy. Yep.
Fredmaster is a sneaky, sneaky boy.
I can't believe that Spare Change didn't even notice him. He just walked out for free. That was amazing.
Yeah,
McCree is now a stealth hero.
Fredmaster's really been able to take control of Spare Change's ability to not have headphones.
Headphones? What, you mean the things I'm wearing right now? Who needs those?
Yeah, you probably should give that to Spare Change. But like I said before, the cards move so far backwards that Undead Battery is able to get another fight. And a whole hog
Yep,
is going by Impers.
We're in last fight territory with a pick for Spare Change. 2 picks, 3 picks. Yep, there we go. Spare Change is able to stay afloat.
Able to wipe the sweat off for that one if you're Spare Change. But you still got 1:30 to cap the end.
And the problem with that is they're not gonna beat Undead Battery's time. It's gonna take at least a minute to get it all the way to the end, and that's gonna be definitely less than the 1:06 Undead Batteries have.
Oh, if you look at Fredmaster over here, he's sneaky boy. He's got his high noon guns at the ready, and he's just waiting to pop that ult.
He needs it. There he goes, and yep, that's last fight territory for Spare Change. Once they come out of spawn, they're gonna need to win 2 fights in a row to be able to even have a chance at winning.
Yeah, and it's getting back on the card on point 3 Havana is one of the it's a very, very hard thing to do. Because the enemy team has such access to this long haul.
It can go both ways though, especially with characters like Widow. Abe on Widow right here has free sight lines.
Impers, great wall by Saltstorm.
But Abe taken out, and Crimson getting pot shots from the castle.
It seems that Spare Change survives for now.
Gonna be really close though. They still have to win 1, possibly 2 more fights with how far away the cart was. And Fapajawea has Trans online to try and save Undead Batteries. But Saltstorm also has Blizzard ready and he's probably prepared to use it right here. Yep.
Blizzard comes out. 2 down. Emperor's gonna be frozen, not gonna be doing much. And Fredmaster gonna have that high noon again. Can he get anything? Finds Starlord. That just might be enough.
He's going for the flank again, but he's getting caught out by the Hog and the Widow.
The Reaper's gonna be coming out from Crimson though.
He somehow survived though. Wait, did he? I don't even know where he is anymore.
And Spare Change is still in this. Abe able to survive for now. Not much, Junior.
All we
that
have
is
left is
for
Junior,
Spare
though.
Change.
And that's it.
Victory.
Undead Battery takes it over Spare Change 3-1.
Yep, it's a very interesting match. It could have gone either way. Maps were really close. Pretty much every single one of them. Just lots of people getting caught out because of overextending. Pretty much was a problem for both teams. Just
Now,
one.
before we kind of ended off, who was your player? Who specifically was your player of the match?
I would have to say Abe, or I'm going to call him Aim now. With those high noons, those 4K Ash kills, that was just amazing. That's I
Mhm.
might need to get a coaching session from him if I ever want to play DPS.
Oh yeah, definitely. And on my end, I'm gonna have to say the Roadhogs on Undead Battery. They were nutty today with those halt hooks.
Yep, definitely.
Yeah, definitely. But that's gonna be it for us today. Week 2 officially over. And if you're watching, you're not part of the Tranquility community, look down below in the Twitch. We got Discord, we got Twitter, we got everything you want. Join there. It's a very fun community. I've been a part of this since the start of 2019. Phoenix recently with us. He can attest. It's great fun.
Yep. That just a whole bunch of people to play Overwatch with. Lots of teams to look out for. If you're looking for a team as well, got plenty of recruiting, pretty much all ranks. It's amazing.
All right. Well, that's going to be it for us. And we have to give it over to our producer, Juke, who did an amazing job today.
Round of applause.
Applause. And thank you everybody so much for coming out. And we'll see you in week 3. We also before we go, we have the Iris podcast tomorrow. Be there, be square. It's epic. See you later.
Have a good night.